Welcome to Facts for Real videos. Many cities' tube systems are protected from groundwater by a system of pumps. If there are no one to keep an eye on such systems, the majority of subways will flood within 36 hours. The majority of urban areas will be left empty and quiet. Perhaps the sound of wind blowing through leaves or other natural sounds that were previously drowned out by city noise and traffic will be heard. The failure of sewage treatment plants will result in the discharge of wastewater into rivers and lakes. The water pipes in Detroit will become unusable, leading to the flooding of the city. Food and refrigerators will spoil. Raccoons and wolves will inhabit abandoned human homes. Major airports will be covered in rust and overgrown with ivy. Cruise ships in Alaska will sink under the weight of ice that accumulates on them. Lions from the San Diego Zoo will gradually escape, emboldened by the power outage of the electric fence around their enclosures. More and more black cats will appear on the streets of Rome. In the Vatican, rats and mice will consume all edible reserves and leave the city's. Plants will begin to grow in cracks and streets, highways, sidewalks, and buildings. More and more animals will notice the absence of people and flock to the cities. A significant portion of the city's territory will be covered in a vegetation of lianas, grasses, and tree seedlings. The Red Square in Moscow will have a layer of soil and thick grasses growing, making the square completely green. The International Space Station will gradually decrease since no one will correct its orbit. The station will eventually fall to Earth and burn up along with it. The water will flood cities that were once drained by artificial drainage systems, such as London and Amsterdam, and satellites will start to fall to Earth because no one maintained their speed of movement. Since they approached Earth slowly and eventually fell to the planet's surface due to this, despite high radiation levels and animal populations growing in abandoned areas. Wolves now freely wander the area surrounding Berlin's Brandenburg Gate, and wild boars can be seen in Paris. Rare words that parrots have memorized over their years of living with humans will be preserved as examples of human speech. Rodents that have multiplied in the initial years after humans vanished will be snakes' major prey, and they will grow much larger as well as reproduce at extraordinary rates. In the next 100 years, many man-made structures will fall, especially those with a lot of steel components. Thanks to their alcohol coating, Christmas cakes will maintain both their look and freshness. During the nuclear fuel era, the city will resemble more of a wild natural setting, with most buildings being invaded by plants and animals. Dead zones surrounding the remains of nuclear power stations will reappear once decay ends and becomes livable. The last parrots to speak human language may become extinct since they learned it by heart, but it is not necessary for them to survive in the wild. All contemporary information conduits that uphold cultural heritage. The same is true with laserdiscs, photographic film, paper, and other similar items. Rust causes the expansion of rebar inside of concrete buildings, which are more robust than steel ones and prevent concrete structures from being destroyed. The majority of contemporary cities will be enveloped in a green canopy. Collapsing skyscrapers and structures will become new hills. Manhattan will revert to its pre-human settlement state with plenty of lakes and streams, and there will be hardly any signs of human civilization. Only strong stone structures that rely exclusively on gravity, like Notre Dame de Paris, will endure. Only a few stone structures will survive, such as the pyramids in Giza, the Sphinx, which is almost entirely buried in the sands of the desert, and pieces of the Great Wall of China. Out of all the products that were produced during human civilization, especially honey, which is best preserved in clay pots, and oil, which is best preserved in wooden bears. By then, Earth will be entering a new ice age. By this point, it is anticipated that the Kyo spacecraft will have entered the atmosphere. As it descends, different pieces of space debris will hit it, but this won't cause it to crash into the world ocean. Spacecraft and satellite debris fragments will float through space as the only relic of human civilization. So hey, if you pacified your curiosity, then give the video a like and share it with your friends, or if you want more, just click on these videos and stay on the Facts for Real videos.